and I'm above the line. I need to figure out what happens, making me question a lot of things. But very happy that that happened. Okay, NaNoWrimo has started, and I am currently hungover from Halloween, but I'm gonna sit down and start this thing. It is November 1st. Well, technically November 2nd, but it's still day one. It's like 2 a.m., but still day one. I just finished my writing for the day. I wrote 1,797 words. Mercury is in retrograde, but I still got my words in. We are on day 2 now of NaNoWrimo. The first thing I need to finish working on is a piece for my creative writing class, and so I already have it like drafted and everything, and so I just need I need to like edit it, finish it up, see if I can add any words to it to count for my NaNoWrimo goal, and then submit it. And then I can get started on my project DE, which is my NaNoWrimo project, because I'm a NaNoWrimo rebel. Okay, so I just finished working on the short story for my creative writing class, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. I thought I was gonna have to insert names, so I like left blanks because there are 3 characters, 2 females and a guy, and I think I actually figured it out where I like don't have to use names, and I think that makes it so much better. And so I'm really excited about that. And so basically I just spent like 40 minutes on it, and what I was doing was like making it a lot tighter because it was, I kind of like wrote it really quickly. It's only 2 pages long, but it's about 1,000 words long. I wrote it really quickly when I first wrote it, like a week or so ago. It just needed to be like tighter. I wanted to like add description because essentially what the story is about is it's about like, well, 3 people, but 2 people that have like addictive personalities, and how they like are really attracted to like one another's vices. And so I wanted to like include brand names for some of the things that were like issues, or like some of their vices. And so I just really wanted to include like specificity. And so one of the things that I mentioned is like a shower beer, and like juuling versus like smoking a cigarette. Here's my favorite line from it. Well, it's not like my favorite, but it's like one that I'm really happy with because it like fits right where it is in the story. And so the line goes, "The wine got cheaper from bottle to double and from double to jug." And so I don't know. I think that's a really good description. And so very excited about this. Now I just have to figure out what I want to title it. I currently have Bad For You / Shower Beer. Shower Beer is a cuter name, but Bad For You is a better explanation. And so I have to figure that out, and then I get to submit this, and then I can move on to other projects. It was really unclear because I was editing how many words I added, but I'm gonna go ahead and give myself probably about 200 just to see, and then I'm still gonna go for like the 1,607 words, or the 1,667 words in my project DE. To be nicer to myself, I'm tracking like all the words that I'm writing, including like those for class and stuff. That way I don't like burn myself out / put NaNoWrimo before my classes. $843. Okay, so I know I just wrote for like half an hour, which is longer than my sprints normally go, and I wrote 2.5 pages. That's wild. I was really in the groove. I was writing a scene where they're like feeding a tiger, and apparently got a little too into it. It's a little ironic that I just finished writing a scene about like feeding a tiger because I'm about to go to the Texas Veggie Fair. So I just got back from the Texas Veggie Fest. I want to say that's what it was. I went there for lunch, even though it's now 5 o'clock. But I went for lunch at like 4. So I like Ubered there. It's like a mile away, and then I ate, and then ended up walking back, which was really cool because I haven't gotten to like walk around downtown Dallas that much, despite living here for several months. And yeah, it was really lovely. Good way to like clear my head, and now I'm gonna get back to writing. Overall, had a very productive day today. I got an assignment done. I went to the farmer's market for lunch. So when I was at the farmer's market, I was feeling really productive because I'd had like a really great afternoon as far as like getting homework done, getting writing done. And then when I went to the farmer's market, I just like felt really good and like got in that mood where I like wanted to sign up for a marathon or something. And so I'm gonna compromise and work out later. Not signing up for a marathon right now because I can't currently do that with like the shape that my lungs are in. That's a long story. But anyways, having a really good day so far. Gonna keep writing. It is still day 2 of NaNoWrimo. I have completed my words for the day. However, I think I might have just written myself into a corner because I don't know what's gonna happen next. And so I might keep going here for a little bit before. It's like 11:15 at night right now. If I keep going, try to get like 200 words into figuring out what happens next, I think that would be a good call. Okay, so I've decided that I'm done for the day. I ended up getting 2,138 words in DE, and then my 200 words from that homework assignment I did to total 2,338 words, which brings me to a total of 4,135 for the month of November so far, even though we're only on day 2. It's time to enter it into the NaNoWrimo website. Writing at home. How was I writing? On a laptop. Date. Update progress. Yay! And I'm above the line. It is day 3 of NaNoWrimo now. And I've been writing for a while today, but just thought I would check in and tell you guys that the writing is starting to be a little trickier. The part that I was struggling with last night because I wasn't sure where it was going, I ended up skipping and just like putting in like a little parentheses section of like, add some more information here because like I need to figure out what happens. Although that shouldn't come back up for a while, and so I have time to think about it and return to it. But today, the hard part that I seem to be struggling with, I've already written like 4,000 whoa, that's not true. I've written like 1,000 words today, and I've noticed myself using a lot of, and by a lot, I mean like 4 cliches. And like one of them was like running interference, and I'm like, there's no football in this world. And then I just wrote my main character was on thin ice, and I was like, not actually, and I know that's a cliche, and so I need to, I know I can like edit them out later, but noticing this now is making me question a lot of things. Today is day 3 of NaNoWrimo, and I wrote 1,744 words. I don't really want to turn my lights back on now. I'm laying in bed. It's the end of November 4th, and I wrote 215 words. Okay, so day 6 and day 7, I did not record, so I'm gonna like catch that up really quick. I like didn't think about it until I was like in bed, and then didn't want to pull my phone back out. Day 5, so on November 5th, day 5, I wrote a total of 1,218 words, and then on day 6, I wrote 1,214 words, and then on November 7th, I had a 0 word day. So I am a little behind, and that's okay. I would just like to get somewhere between 25,000 and 50,000 words. Just like progress is progress. I'm still shooting for a rough draft by December 21st, and if that happens to be a much shorter draft than I was anticipating, that's fine. I just want a rough draft. During this first week though, I did like write down some of my thoughts, and so I'm gonna like share those with you guys now. So the first thing is that in this NaNoWrimo, I decided to count my like words written for homework as well, because I have like several papers and stuff due in the month of November. So I decided to like isolate tracking that with tracking my like creative words, and that has certainly helped like my harder days where I have like a lot of homework. Then I don't feel pressured to then also write unless I want to, like for fun. And then I saw this really weird trick in the Scribblers group chat on Facebook, and it's about how if you write in Comic Sans, you write faster. And that seems to like really be working, which is crazy weird. It makes me feel like I'm getting like a lot more progress done too, which makes me like want to keep writing. Was not expecting that result, but very happy that that happened. So I've been writing in Comic Sans instead of like Calibri or whatever the generic one is. It takes up more space and it reads better, and like it just feels like it like hits you harder when you're reading it. It's like, oh yeah, like this is really emotional. Which is it's really fun. And I spent most of my writing this week in 15 and 20 minute sprints, which seems to be like the happy medium where I can like sprint for a little while, take a break, do something productive, come back to it, do another sprint. And the combination between those two things, the writing in Comic Sans and doing writing sprints, has really helped me cut down just like wasting time like staring at a computer screen, because I've been able to like write quicker and write like more effectively. And so I'm definitely going to take that mindset into the rest of Nano. And I will catch up with you guys next week on Monday for another video. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. If you have not already, or leave a comment down below. How's Nano going for you? Please tell me. I'm very curious. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.